A very good evening. Welcome to another exciting edition of Big Talk, a program where we'll highlight political issues about Nigeria. And tonight, we'll be looking at a one-time acclaimed biggest political party in Africa. And what is happening in that political party as you have a chieftain of the PDP and somebody who's been so involved in the party join us to help make sense of the convention of the PDP that's coming up on 14th and 15th. That's pending the court judgment that we're waiting on to hear on the 30th of October. My name is Ubong Osoro, and this is my way of saying welcome to Big Talk. Let's go for this short break, and when we're back, I'll lead you through some of the trending political stories in Nigeria at the moment before we get into our discussion for tonight. Don't go nowhere. This is Big Talk. Alright, so let's go check some trending political stories that we have we're able to track for you this time. We'll take our first story for tonight. The National President's Victory Associates of Advocates of Nigeria, which will be talking to us later on the show tonight, Prince Seyi Ajibola, has urged the leadership of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, to use its forthcoming national convention as a template to correct and restore hope and confidence in the party. VAN is a registered political pressure group within the PDP formed to bring together youth, women across the country to enable them promote ideas, projects, and policy goals of that particular political party, talking about the PDP. Let's take another story. Also, VAN, Victory Advocate of Nigeria, PDP support group, has urged party leadership to prioritize competence, loyalty, inclusion, and the sharing of executive committee position. These are some of the issues we are going to be highlighting later on the show. But let's get to some of the stories we're able to track for you tonight. The police to deploy 45,000 officers ahead of the Anambra governorship elections. All right. So we're trying to follow the story, knowing very soon that the Anambra governorship election will be coming up very soon in Anambra State. And the Nigerian Police Force has reviewed plans to deploy 45,000 policemen across Anambra State in preparation for the governorship election slated for November the 8th, 2025, as security agencies step up measures to ensure a peaceful poll. All right, so at the moment, what we're seeing is that the police are saying that they will be deploying 45,000 officers ahead of the Anambra poll. But let's take another story for tonight. NSA vows tough actions against violence in Anambra State. So the National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu, has warned that any act of violence during the Anambra State governorship elections will draw a strong, uncompromising response from security agencies. All right, so that's what the NSA is saying, still talking about the Anambra elections. Let's take another story tonight. Senate to screen new service chiefs on Wednesday, that's tomorrow. All right, so just of recent, we saw the president and commander-in-chief of the armed forces, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, come out with the list of the new service chiefs across all of Nigeria. And the information that we're having now is that the Senate of the Federal Republic will screen those newly appointed service chiefs tomorrow. So the Senate will tomorrow screen the newly appointed service chiefs nominated by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu as part of ongoing efforts to overhaul Nigeria's security architecture. So that will be happening tomorrow. Let's take another story for tonight. Niger declares Thursday, Friday public holidays for the local government poll. So the Niger State Governor Mohammed Bago has declared Thursday and Friday as public holiday ahead of the November 1st local government elections that will be coming up in that particular state. That is a story that we'll be tracking for you on Saturday. We will be here live and we'll be having feedback as we try to follow the elections that will be happening in Niger State, right? And well, I'm going to be bringing you all of that information. But let's take the last story that we're able to take for tonight. Senate confirms N. Hyperdec MD for second term. That's the last story we're taking for tonight. So the Senate today confirmed the reappointment of Abubakar Sadiq Yawa as the managing director and chief executive officer of the National Hydroelectric Power Producing Area Development Commission for another 4 years. All right. Okay, so we'll do this as the last story. The story says, Minister reaffirms federal government resolve to end hunger. The federal government today expressed commitment to attain zero hunger goals through its agriculture initiative, policies, and programs. All right. So let's come back to the studio. Nigeria is, especially with political parties play a crucial role in the way we see our democracy, the way we pattern our democracy, and the things we are able to do in our country as we keep moving forward. Tonight, joining us is a chieftain of the PDP that will be trying to join us now, and also the national leader and convener of the Victory Advocates of Nigeria, who is one of the strongest support group in that political party. As we talk about some of the things that are happening in the PDP and how it relates to all of us in Nigeria, what the political party is saying at this time, and some of the things that are really happening in that political party. As we try to bring Comrade Sheyi on the line, let's go for a short break. I'm going to be back. Hopefully, we'll get along with this conversation. All right, so welcome back. Tonight on the show, we'll be highlighting, we'll be talking about the People's Democratic Party. Once this party said they were the biggest political party in Africa, and they even talked about the fact that they are going to lead Nigeria for quite a long time. But before we get straight to this discussion tonight, we'll be having joining us Prince Seyi Ajibola, the national president, PDP Victory Advocates of Nigeria, will be joining us live tonight. Just a few things that we've seen. The national president, Victory Advocates of Nigeria, Prince Seyi Ajibola, has urged the leadership of the People's Democratic Party to use its forthcoming national convention as a template to correct and restore hope and confidence in the party. VAN is a registered political pressure group within the PDP formed to bring together youth and women across the country to enable them to promote ideas, projects, and policy goals of the party. Let's take another one. All right, so we had this other story says the Victory Advocate of Nigeria, VAN, the national support group of the People's Democratic Party, has urged the leadership of the party to prioritize competence, loyalty, and inclusion in the sharing of executive committee position at all levels. So joining us now, the national president of the PDP Victory Advocate of Nigeria, Prince Seyi Ajibola. A very good evening to you, comrade. Thank you for joining us tonight on the program.
I really appreciate you for having me. Thank you so much.
All right. So, how are you tonight?
I'm very fine. And you? And how's everybody? And good Nigerians? Thank you so much.
All right. We are doing well. Comrade, just a minute. We'll get back to you. We're having a bit of technical challenge. Let's go for this break. We'll be right back. All right, so let's get straight to our conversation. I'm sorry for that interruption. So, comrade, tell us what is happening in your party. I've seen the press releases that you've brought on, but before we get to your party, I've followed your group since 2022. When I saw the group, and there was a lot of support for Atiku Abubakar around your person at that time. You were, talking about supporting how Nigerians, it was close to electioneering period, and there was a lot of activities around, trying to make Nigerians see reasons to have supported Atiku Abubakar in 2023. But of recent, we know that Atiku may not really be involved in your party again, even though he's not, publicly said he has joined another party. But let's start our conversation from that place. We'll get into the PDP and all of the other things we have to discuss. How does it feel that some of the people you supported in your party in 2023 are no longer members of your political party today? I think we lost Comrade Seyi. We're trying to see if we can get that connection back. Hello, Comrade, if you are there, go ahead and speak to us. Did you hear the question?
Thank you. I don't know, maybe you can hear me clearly now.
Absolutely, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. Like you said, we supported His Excellency Alhaji Atiku Abubakar in 2022-2023. Even now, because of that, we have been supporting every party candidates. Don't forget. I don't know, maybe my network is very clear to you.
We can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. We have been supporting party candidates. We had this established to support PDP activities. PDP is established to promote every party candidate to the victory of their electionary period. It's not only Abubakar that Victory is supporting. If you check very well, you will discover that nearly every candidate has been the one we are supporting. So if you are talking about PDP today, what we do is that immediately you emerge as the candidate of the party, you have become, you are no longer a stranger to anything. That's why you see every of our activity is candidate of the party and not aspirants. So immediately His Excellency Alhaji Atiku Abubakar won the ticket of the party. It is part for mandate to quickly rally around him and ensure victory for our party, not only for Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. So let me just clarify that it's not only His Excellency Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. We are part of the people who installed and supported the governor of Osun State. Likewise, that of Oyo State. Likewise, other governors that we all have in PDP. And numerous senators like that and House of Reps members. So if you check very well, it has been party and not centered on individual. So let me just clarify that.
Right, go ahead.
Thank you so much.
All right, so I'm asking the question I asked was, you've talked about the first leg of the question, but the second leg was, how do you feel that a lot of the people you supported in that political party, the PDP, as of today, are no longer members of the party?
That is what is called politics, and it is happening legally in every political party, most especially during electionary processes and period like this. So one of the reasons why we are having issues with political party of Nigeria, like all the parties in Nigeria as of today, is that we youth will try as much as possible to labor and support them, and maybe ensuring that we are promoting the party agenda and activities. We are doing everything within our reach, believing that when they get there, the manifestos and the policy goals of our party will be protected, will be projected, and will be manifested in the country. But when you see them dumping from one political party to another, maybe basically because of personal interest or directly or indirectly due to some lacunas in the party, you cannot actually take that out of the political party. But it is we youths that are not actually seeing any much from them doing that. It is an embarrassment to us as a youth. For us to labor, use our resources, try every means in ensuring that you get our party mandate. And in one way or the other, you will not even consider us before dumping Kai. You will not even look at it that some set of youths or some set of women will be able to labor for you, do everything possible in ensuring that you get that mandate. So once that is not, or maybe in one way or the other, once there is a little rancor, or maybe there is a little misunderstanding within the system, the next thing you will see them doing is to dump from the ship that have created them the names and opportunity they are using in the society today. So it is an embarrassment to us as a youth of the party. It is not really encouraging, and it's really bringing, we can't call it a voter empathy. It is really bringing a kind of depression in the mind of our youth now. So that is it.
All right. So at this point, there are a lot of issues about submission of submitting the expression of interest form at your party. But before we get into that discussion, I'd just like to pull up a video where a former Minister of Social Security, Kabiru Turaki, went to the Legacy House here in Abuja to submit his expression of interest form to becoming the chairman of your party. and what he said. Then we'll also look at some other persons who've actually come out to complain that it looks as if they've been denied, the opportunity to even buying the forms to becoming chairman of your party. Then I will actually come to look at some of the issues in your party. Let's get that video played now.
The form itself for nomination. This is my nomination form.
Kabiru Turaki, former Minister of Social Duties at the Legacy House here in Abuja, Maitama, submitting the expression of interest form, and he says that form contains his credentials and everything that is needed. And remember that Turaki is also the vice chairman of the convention, National Convention Planning Committee of the PDP at the time. All right, let's get back to the studio. So we have reports that a former, governor, Sule Lamido, former governor of Jigawa State, he said he was denied access to buying the form, and he was told by different people that they are not the ones selling. As one national organizing secretary, I will tell him, I'm not the one selling. And I go meet the chairman. At the end of the day, he wasn't able to buy the form of your party. And a lot of us were thinking that this convention is going to be, a place of resolving all of the issues that are in the PDP. But the way it looks, even secretary of your party at this time, Samuel Anyanwu, says he's not the one that signed, some of the documents that were being signed. And we know some members of your party have dragged the party to court, saying that there was not enough consultation that was being done before the date for the convention was fixed. What do you think about all of the issues going on in the PDP at this time?
It is good for us to have that kind of issues within our party, and you cannot take that away from the political party. But I want you to know that political parties has a process and procedures, and it is procedures and that principle that used to lead parties activities. You will remember that, to the best of my knowledge, PDP have already stated the time for collection of forms, and we also disclose the time for submission of those forms. So if you are a leader of the party, let me give you an example of what happened in Ekiti State. PDP rolled out a party procedures on how to get a party forms to whosoever that is contending for the state position. So since last year, due to issues of party, due to issues within the party, the Congress is being postponed in one way or the other till this year. Some set of people have already collected those forms, and the party said this form has already closed. So election is ahead of you. So there is a process, there is a procedures, and there is a timeline for everything. So if anybody is coming on board to say he wanted to get something out of the party, I think as a respected leader like that, he knows the best, he knows the right thing to do, and in one way or the other, he knows the best approach to use in something such. So I won't go further because of that, because they are our leaders. But the principles and directives of the party is clear on collections of forms, submission of forms, and other things to do.
All right, so but when we're looking at your party in the broader light now, do you think with all of these issues, because you yourself, you've called on some of the national delegates that I heard here, you've called on your party to make sure that there's inclusion, there's togetherness as the move towards that convention in Ibadan. Do you think all of the calls you made have been heeded by those who are leading your party and members of your party at this time?
And that is where the issue is hanging now. As an individual, we have a role. As an organization, we also have a role to play. PAN, as an organization, we have been able to call on PDP leadership. One, to use the party convention to correct the wrongs. Two, there is this 10% opportunities that they have said they want to give to youth of the party. If truly PDP means the business, if truly PDP knows that it is we youth that are working the talks within the party, they should affirmate these 10% affirmations that they are trying to give to the youth. And it should start from this convention. Number 2 point is that we have been calling on them that it is an embarrassment to us, we youth, for us to be working irrespective of the party military, for everything, and we will come on board to release the committee list to the convention, screening of the party aspirants to the conventions and other party assignments. Hardly will you see most of our youth in those committees. This thing is weakening our strength. All these kind of compensating friends and relatives within political structure or in the political assignment is not helping the party to actually gain its roots in all this form of crisis. And the youth of the party are lamenting. Let me take you back to the flashpoint in 2023 election. We all discovered that youth are agitating for so many things within the party. And we call on them, please, include us in your arrangement. Please, don't let it go like this without bringing youth on board. Nobody is against the headers. But what we are saying is that there are lacunas in most of the assignments you are giving to them. Allow these things to run within the youth folds. Or if you get it in our core, you see the advantage of what His Excellency Peter Obi used. In whichever way you want to term it, one of the principles, one of the policy goal that Peter Obi used in getting that kind of vote in the last election is the ability to galvanize youth, is the ability to devote power of the party into the hands of the youth in order for them to participate, to create values within the society, and to ensuring that the message is passed across the party lines, most especially on the social space. Now we are calling on PDP to follow the same principles in order for us to have a kind of headway. Now, PDP sets a policy goal that whosoever that wanted to come into the position of youth leadership within their party should be within the age of 20 and 40. My brother, let's go and check the record now. Are we following the same principle that we have called on? The same principle that we are preaching outside there? Are we preaching it? Are we seeing it in real sense? The battle that we are still fighting in Ekiti State today concerning the Congress. Don't forget Ekiti State held the Congress almost a month ago. Till today, they have not been able to inaugurate the escorts of the election they said they did it for the past 1 month. All because they are trying to jettison those people who are contributing to the development of the party. It is time for the youth for us to make sure that things are working as expected. We are not going to take it lightly with the system any longer. Do you know why? They are wasting our time, they are wasting our resources, and time is going. Right. Go and check very well. This is time for PDP youth to voice out, to tell the truth. Because immediately we are able to finish this convention without any headway. I'm telling you, my brother, that is how okay we've been for the next 4 years.
All right, so there are a lot of defection now that have been going on in the PDP. We've seen former current governor of Enugu State, Peter Mbah, defect from the PDP. He was the secretary of the National Convention Planning Committee of the PDP, NCOC. We've seen Governor Duro Diri also defect from the PDP. He was a member of the Convention Planning Committee. What are you seeing for your party? And there are even feelers. Obviously, I don't even want to talk about the senators that are defecting, Senator Jaribe Agbong, and the other senators that have defected from your party. With people who are strategic leaving your party, do you think the PDP is still the PDP that it was maybe 26 years ago in 1999, or even a few years ago in 2015?
anyway, you are right. The issue of Enugu State Governor, if you share the report that the VAN published, that is true provision. Where they are to it. We did take a step in reaching out to him on that of River State. In fact,
well, are you saying you reached out to the gov? I'm sorry, Comrade Sheyi, are you saying you reached out to the governor of Enugu State? All right, I think I don't know if you can hear me now. I just asked, are you saying you reached out to the governor of Enugu State?
The question is that, okay, are you saying that reaching out to the governor would have stopped?
No, I'm asking you the question. Did you reach out to the governor of Enugu State to find out why he wanted to defect?
I said we, the youth organization of the party,
right.
when we noticed that such movement is up to take place, we directed our messages to the leadership of the party to quickly reach out to them in order for us to stop that kind of defection. You know, there is no joy in any kind of political party seeing your governor, your senator defecting to other party. It weakens our structures. And if anybody is deceiving anybody within the system and saying, let them go, what will happen? We will do it by ourselves. That means the person don't like the party we call PDP. What we are now saying is that this present defection we are seeing in every political party, one, if you ask us a question, are they seeing any new development in the party they are going into? Everybody will tell you, perhaps maybe it's no. But if it is no, in real fact, the party where we belong, are we doing it as expected? Are we carrying the people that we're supposed to carry along in a way that we should? And in a way that we should, in a way that we should. And these people that are going, what are their agitations? What is causing us to lose not less than 5 to 6 governors within the space of 6 months? My dear brother, it calls for an urgent action. A lot of youths are waiting for PDP convention. A lot of Nigerians are waiting for PDP convention to actually see what will likely to happen. And that is why we need to tread gently in this election that is coming on board. Everybody is looking at it. That election is either we mar PDP or we made up. And that is why we are calling on them now. The respective place where we are having issues, PDP leadership should be able to look at it and confirm. It is not, this time around, it's not a time to compensate friends or be giving out the party positions to friends and family that don't even know what it takes to get to the field and work for the victory of the party.
All right, so right. There are discussions about who are the leaders of the PDP at this time that are still very respectable, right? Before, we know that in the APC, the national leader of the APC is Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and a lot of people in the APC have good respect for him. In the PDP, who are the leaders of the PDP at this time? Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has left the party, right? Who is the leader of the party? Yes, some Wike, FCT minister, may be in the party, may not be in the party. You know, at this moment, we are not really sure, right? But he's still a card-carrying member of the PDP. That's what we know for fact. But who's the leader of the party that could stand and galvanize people, you know, to move this your party forward?
I can't deceive you. In one way or the other, we are still having our National Working Committee in place, whether you like it or not.
Right.
We are still having our government forums in place, whether you like it or not. We are still having our BOTs in place, whether you like it or not. We are still having the caucus members of the caucus team of the party. We are still having them in play, whether we like it or not. Don't let me deceive you. The state apparatus, irrespective of the challenges they are still facing, they are still organs of the party that are yearning for the party victory, to the best of my knowledge, even though if there are crises in some sectors of the party. But one thing I know that I'm sure of is that if this set of people are not looking back into the system now and do the needful, it will really affect the progress of the party. Because a lot of things has been cracked within the development of the PDP now, and it's calling for an urgent attention. The support groups of the party has been jettisoned without even calling them to look at, or maybe to include them in the processes of the party. A lot of the youth of the party who are very, very active have not been considered in different portfolios and even assignment that the party has been putting in place. These are the things that is affecting the party. Among the committees, they said they set up for the conventions now. Please help us ask the leadership of our party. How many support group leaders, how many youths, how many women folks that are actually working from one state to the other are being considered? And for the issue of stepping up another working committee of the party, please, sir, how do we share it, even if we are going on even a consensus package? How did we reach out to we youth? Are you coming up to set up? Are you coming on board now to also bring up a youth leader of the party onto us without checking on the organs and the youth wings of the party? To actually look at it that who actually have the capacity and the will to walk the talk within the party. If you are bringing up a woman leader for the party, which kind of meeting have you able to do in order for us to have a forum to discuss that is this kind of woman you are bringing on board have the network?
Right. So, comrade, are you saying that enough consultation was not done by the party, and at this time advising them to maybe do more consultation?
What we are saying is that for the next, let's say, 16 to 17 days ahead of us now, PDP have a lot to do if you actually wanted to get it right. Because a lot of people are ventilating their hangers now. And if we say we want to go into an election without reaching out to this set of people, don't forget, majority of them will still come back to you and create another form of crisis which we are avoiding towards the development of the party. And that is the agitation we are putting on board. So I don't know if anybody is telling us that, oh, we should not worry, there is a miracle that is going to happen. I don't know how kind of put such will happen, but my best belief is that this is a time for PDP to quickly reach out, to quickly do the needful in order for us to have that party at our fingertips. Unless a lot of things will happen immediately after the national convention. That is what we are praying for not to happen, because all the lovers of the party, I believe they are working towards the success of the party. And if somebody says he's working for the success of the party, please ask me, my brother, who has the voting strength? Nothing less than 70% youth of the party are agitating for inclusion. What have you done? What are you doing in achieving this? What have you done to ensure that these agitations are actually respected?
Comrade, comrade, I like to ask a question now, because that just a minute, sorry to bother you. I'd like to ask this question now. There are questions around the fact that it seems the PDP lacks the will to discipline erring members, that people could easily engage in anti-party activities, as anti-party activities in the PDP, and there are no consequences to it. Maybe you want to talk about it. Do you think your party, the PDP, has the courage to be able to discipline members who have defaulted?
Yes, Yes, you know, one of the major crises that do rock a political party is that when you are giving your leadership mandate, maybe to compensate an individual that you cannot control, or you are giving it to a certain individual. Meanwhile, if the decision are to be made, such an individual will have to fall back to such individual who put him in that position to take such action. PDP as a family, PDP as big as it is, today, if we are putting anybody on board, it should be a kind of collective responsibility of the organs of the party. If I'm talking about organs of the party, there should be a form of seminars, there should be a form of colloquium whereby opinion seekers and viewers are pushed together. If you are installing a national chairman of PDP today, there should be a form of elders forum, youth forum, whereby those people who are agitating for such opposition will be able to talk to us, will be able to discover who actually have the yearnings and minds of the party. Now, if you are coming to the issue of national secretary, you shouldn't just look at a sector of the party and say, oh, let this also person take the secretary of the party. If you are giving out secretary of the party to me, what if my interest is not captured in the party tomorrow? Can't I dictate the tone of what that national secretary will be doing, like what we are experiencing presently in PDP? So, if you are saying youth leader of the party, it should be somebody who is having 70 to 80% acceptability of the youth of the party. We have forums where we talk, we have groups and associations where they can address us, where we can actually know that this one knows what he's doing. These are what we are saying about PDP. If this is not being practiced, or maybe 5 people or 10 people, we just sit in a corner and they will tell you that this is what they want to do, and that is the final. I'm telling you, my brother, once those 10 people interest is not being captured, whosoever that gives out such power into the person, it becomes a serious problem on the entire party. And that is what is causing serious crisis in the PDP as of today. And that is why we are calling on them in this new era. Because I'm telling you, anointing flows from the top. There are a lot of cankerworms and caterpillars in PDP now. The agent of destruction who don't actually want the progress of the party. And we are telling them, majority of us who have been trying our best in putting the party in place, in working the talk within across the feet, National Victory Advocate of Nigeria is having nothing less than 34 states, like we are having our members in 34 states of the Federation. Even the Akwa Ibom that we are now having at the Maduguri, a lot of agitation are there now. But the question we are asking us is that if somebody like me, as a national leader of that group, contested for Ekiti State PDP youth leader, and in one way or the other, 4 days to the election of that party, some set of leaders say, assignment that we have started since last year, they wanted to jettison the agenda and give it to somebody who doesn't obtain form at all. I think it is an embarrassment on us. This kind of practice should be jettisoned within PDP. It is no longer practical. It is no longer practicable within the party. This is kind of things that they do. My brother, let me tell you this. A lot of leaders that PDP are giving an assignment now, majority of them cannot come into the open. They cannot attend to your TV stations and say they are part of PDP members again because of 1 or 2 things they are doing. But we youth that have the boldness, that are risking our life, that are risking our resources and everything. And don't forget, the age is going. Like this talk that they used to say, they will say your own time is coming. Please, sir, what time is coming? Those people that have ruled us in this country for the past 40 to 70 years, or over the past 30 years ago now, go and check their age, whether they start from the age of 33, 30 to that of 60 now.
Right, so
of them are still in the system.
Right,
They are still trying everything to rule us.
Yeah.
We that are calling on them to do the needful now, it is because of the love and the passion we are having for the party.
Right. So yeah, comrade, as we try to wind down the conversation now. Yeah, because I still have a few other questions to ask before we end the show. As we try to wind down the conversation, I'd like to ask: are you optimistic that the convention will hold on the 14th and the 15th? You remember there's a court order, there's a court judgment that we're waiting for on the 30th. Whether to proceed or not. Are you optimistic that the convention will hold? That's one question on one end. And if the convention holds eventually, do you think it will put an end to all the squabbling and the quagmire in that political party, the People's Democratic Party?
I'm very optimistic that the election will hold, because even we cannot begin to hang our hope on court decisions and others. No. I don't believe in such. Agenda. And the same question that you're asking now is what I've been saying since morning. I said, if we are to get it right in this coming convention, the needful should be done in all the positionings that party are trying to put in place. It should not be a situation whereby you are appreciating or giving compensations to your friends and relatives. The leadership structure should be based on competence. The leadership structure should be based on values. The leadership structure should be based on loyalty to the party. Not just saying, let it go, let it do it. Or he is a friend of so. Let us put it there. Let it be someone who has the zeal for PDP. Let it be someone who can actually walk the talk, who can actually project the image and values of the party. We no longer need people who will be sitting down expecting commands from one corner. So that is just the bedrock of the whole issue. Let me tell you one thing. All eyes on PDP ahead of 2022 or 2025 election.
27.
National Convention election.
All right.
Eyes on them.
All right. So going into 2027 now, do you think PDP still has that national appeal to be? We know that since 2015 that the PDP lost the presidential election. They've always come second in any national election that we've had. But do you think the PDP still has that national appeal to win a national election in 2027?
One of the reasons why we can actually get it right in 2027 is for us to get our leadership structure right. Let it be a situation whereby you appreciate and value those who are working for the party, who have the zeal of the party, before you can get it right. Even if you go ahead to another election, maybe more than 2027, don't forget we are having election in Anambra, we are having election in Ekiti, we are having election in Ogun, even before going to 2027. What are you doing as a political party in ensuring victory in those states? Because election takes time and it takes processes. If you are winning in Ekiti and you go to Osun, you also win there. It will give a lot of landscape for you ahead of 2027. So if you are saying you want to win 2027, the few elections you are having before 2027, what step are you putting in place in winning those states before going to that 2027?
Right. So, comrade, do you still passionately, do you still believe in the PDP? Do you believe in the PDP?
If I don't believe in the PDP, I won't honor your call tonight.
Right.
It is because we have tried, put in our efforts in ensuring we have a party of our own. And that is why I still pick your call. And don't forget, I told you the other time, the EU of the state is still in agitation with the National Working Committee. And we are expecting them to do the needful.
Right.
And if they fail to do the needful, there are a lot of issues that will happen out there. There are a lot of issues that will happen thereafter.
All right. So what is the place of Victory Advocates of Nigeria, a PDP support group, in lending their voice to resolving the problems in the PDP? That's the last question we have for tonight.
Thank you so much. One of the voices we are putting on them is for us to actually go on our meetings, monthly meetings, and we call on them, one, to jettison any kind of unnecessary competition and to work on values and competence. And one of the things that we have been able to do is that we have called on PDP leaders to use the convention to correct the wrong that masses are perceiving concerning our party. If we use that national convention to correct the wrongs, the anointing will flow from top to the bottom, and it will really help the party in regaining its strength. So if we have a leadership that we can boast of, if we have a leadership that we can proud of, then you will see Nigerians talking about you, actually voting for your party and making sure that things are working for your party. But when you discover you don't have your in-house control, then how do we do it? How do we get out of it?
Right.
And that is the major message tonight.
Thank you so much, Prince Seyi Ajibade, National President of the PDP Victory Advocates of Nigeria, for speaking to us tonight. We really do appreciate your time, and we wish you and your party all of the best. And take care and stay safe.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right, so we've been speaking to the National President of the Victory Advocates of Nigeria, a registered PDP support group that mobilizes support for the People's Democratic Party about a PDP convention, the crisis leading to the convention, the issues, and the way forward. All right, and that's our show for tonight. Like we keep saying, love Nigeria. We must work, both political parties, individuals, actors in the political space. We must make sure that we work in a way that shows we love this country. It should be about country and not about us. My name is Upong Sor in Abuja, and I'm saying bye for now.